These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt.
Let me make sure we can hear Jason. And a very good evening. Hello. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Thanks, Facebook, for crashing and delaying us by 24 hours. But a very good evening. Welcome along to the 24 hours later edition of Tea and Tops. We're back after a couple of weeks of absence due to scheduling conflicts and illness and goodness knows whatever else. No COVID, though. We're both still COVID-free. But yeah, we're back. We're back this week. As always, my name is Graham and I'm joined by Jason. Jason, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing good. We're doing all right. I'm just saying that might be coincidence. I posted a picture of my manicure and pedicure and Facebook went down. I'm not saying the timing was perfect, but, it just happens to be coincidence.
Yeah, your toes, like your feet did like the full Kim Kardashian and broke the internet, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You can thank my daughters for that. The Seahawks and Mariners need all the luck they could get on Sunday, so they painted it in the colors there. So apparently that works on my feet and not my nails because the Mariners lost, or I should say the Yankees won. So,
well, yeah, that's a fair way of putting it. Yeah, the Yankees won and unfortunately pushed the Mariners out, but. Yeah, for only, I think, the second time in the history of Tea and Tops, I'm repping full Yankees. Well, not quite full Yankees tonight, but rocking the Yankees cap tonight. We've obviously got the playoff, the wild card game against Boston at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, repping the Yankees tonight. So, yeah, like I said, we're back. We had a couple of weeks off, and we've missed a reasonable amount, I guess. So we'll do our best over the next hour or so to get caught up on all the news. As always, we're live tonight on Twitch at twitch.tv/teaandtopps. We're also live on the Tea and Tops Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, and we're also cross-posting to the Shutout Sports Cards page tonight as well. So if you're watching along on any of those platforms, feel free to say hello if you're watching along live. It's always nice to have you chatting along with us if you have any questions or comments as we go through. Sound off, and yeah, we'll pick up the comments as we go. Have a little bit of banter, hopefully, and yeah, get caught up on the last kind of 3 weeks. 3 weeks of baseball card news, and as always, we tend to kick off with new releases. So we'll have a little bit of a recap of the new releases that we've maybe missed in the time we've been away. I've gone back as far as Pro Debut, but I think we actually spoke about Pro Debut, which is the minor league release. So I'll quickly skip on from that. Hot on its heels, we had a few Topps online exclusive releases. So these are first made available to the 582 Montgomery Club members, which, if you're not aware, is like Topps' VIP VIP members club, which they have a very limited window where you can buy memberships every year. Which I thought actually the renewal time for that will be coming up. Will be coming up fairly soon. So once again, I will try. And most likely fail to try and pick up a Montgomery Club membership. But it is
cap that. Do they say there's like 5,000 memberships, or do they just give you a 24-hour window to get some?
Yeah, so they do renewals first, and then they make a limited number available after the renewal period for existing members. Now I don't know if there's a hard cap or not, but it's definitely limited, and they only keep the new applications, as it were, open for quite a short time. It's quite a cool thing to have. It gives you 24-hour early access to all the online exclusives. So like have your Top Sapphire and F1 Sapphire and that kind of thing. Finest Flashbacks, which is the one that was out just recently, which I think only started last year. Was pretty popular last year. It's already seen a big boost as well. It released on Topps at $200, and now you can't find it anywhere really for less than $350.
It's tripled in value already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a more than 50% increase in value since it came out. It only came out 3 weeks ago. So that's and like I say, these are the releases you get 24 hours early if you're a Montgomery Club member. Retail to the general public, it was limited to one. I think if you're a Montgomery Club, you could buy two. Although of course resellers and stuff now have cases available, so goodness only knows how that works. Right behind that we had Allen and Ginter X. So if you're a bit of a Ginter fan like I am, and of course we had our special episode dedicated to Allen and Ginter. Online exclusive Allen and Ginter X, which is the kind of, instead of having just the kind of natural card colour background on the cards, it's a black colour. It's a pretty sweet looking set. Again, came out at $175 on Topps, now in excess of $250 if you can find it anywhere. So yeah, good luck to you. We've also had Bowman Chrome, which probably the biggest release I think since we've been away. Bowman Chrome, always popular, expensive this year because all the shiny stuff's been expensive this year. But yeah, find those prospect autographs. Tends to focus a bit more on some of the international prospects rather than the guys who come out the draft. Obviously these guys, they end up in Bowman draft a little bit later this year. So more focus on the international prospects, but again, a lot of first Bowman cards, a lot of first Bowman autographs, quite a lot of hitters in the product this year, so collectors are high on that rather than all these pitchers who end up just throwing batting practice and for Scottish baseball teams, right, Jason?
I was going to say becoming middle relievers.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You can't become a loogie anymore, so,
Well, that's true, yeah. All these specialist roles have kind of gone by the wayside, so... what else have we had? Goodness me, the list goes on. Panini Spectra, which is one that kind of passed me by, and only saw it when I was researching for the show tonight, just to see what we had covered, or should I say what we've not covered in the time that we've been away. So a couple of Panini releases out at the moment. Spectra's an interesting one. It is $500 a box.
wow.
Which is kind of wild for an unlicensed product. I don't know too many people who are going to be forking over $500 for unlicensed cards. Certainly not. I mean, again, the US market is its own thing, so I should be careful what I say because I'm sure the US collectors are lapping it up. But it's always been selling any kind of Panini product over here has always been a bit of a mission. I think is the fairest way of putting it. So yeah, Panini Spectra Baseball came out. When did it come out? Doesn't matter when it came out. Very recently, last couple of weeks. It has 16 cards in the box, and it's $500, and it's an unlicensed product. Now it does have four autographs and 4 memorabilia cards in it, and I imagine the names are going to be pretty good. I don't have the checklist. I could go and look up the checklist, but
so no Shed Long cards is what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think we're getting Shed Long in this one. You never know. There could be Shed Long cards in there.
You're basically paying $30 a card.
Yeah, your maths is better than mine. I'm pretty tired tonight, so that's some good mental arithmetic right there.
480. Yeah, it makes it 480. So
yeah, so I'll go look at the checklist. I imagine they look pretty good because Panini cards tend to look really good, and that's where they kind of make up for in not having the license. I can't do two things at once, so I can't
That's
type and
fine.
talk.
I still don't see the appeal of Panini. Just I think I like the license cards there, so it just feels like it's like a knockoff brand.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
does
Yeah, yeah. The general consensus, everyone kind of says the same thing. It's like the cards look really great, but getting past the unlicensed thing is difficult for collectors in general. And I'm right along with them, so I'm not going to criticize that. This isn't working very well. I'll try that
Well,
again.
they haven't been bought out by Fanatics yet, so give them time.
Yeah, well, that's an excellent point. Yeah, who's going to be bought out by Fanatics? That's still a $64,000 question, or perhaps the $2.5 billion question if it does end up being Panini. But I imagine all that good news will come fairly soon. Loading.
Well, they said the appeal of Panini was they had all the European football contracts, so therefore they'd be able to expand quite quickly into that there, which I don't see as a bad thing.
No, Panini do pretty well with their. I mean, they obviously had NFL as well and NBA, which they've obviously lost the licenses for now. So yeah, for the licenses that Fanatics haven't yet picked up, they do have more soccer in Europe than Topps. Topps has Bundesliga, obviously, which is the one that they put a lot of effort into, and they do like the match attacks things here in the UK, which is, I guess, a bit like trading cards, but they don't do the English Premier League like proper, if you want to put it in inverted commas, proper trading cards. The match attacks are more seen as like a kids sort of collector thing, a bit like Big League or Opening Day would be for baseball, but.
Do they have Richmond FC? That's all I care about.
Oh, that's a nice. I'm still looking at Panini Spectra, even though we've moved the conversation on. But.
Yeah, because we started watching Ted Lasso, obviously, so that's where the reference from for those of you who are not watching this. And yeah, you can actually pick up a Richmond FC jersey, and I'm almost tempted to get one.
Can you really? Well, I haven't watched Ted Lasso yet. I'm going to have to because everyone speaks very highly of it.
Yes, unfortunately, I think that's what ruined my computer. So who knows? Watching those documentaries on there, so we'll find out if that's the case tomorrow or not.
Yeah, but there's a difference between watching it legitimately and picking up some kind of donkey virus that's crashed your computer or whatever has happened to it. So Panini Spectra, $500 a box, 16 cards in the box, and it's unlicensed, so that's going to be a pretty tough sell, I think. Also, just the last week or so, Bowman Sterling, which is again a kind of high-end Bowman product. I mean, all of Bowman's kind of high-end, but I think 5 mini boxes and a hobby box, and there's only about 3 or 4 cards in each box, so maybe 15, 20 cards total. We're getting on for like $400 a box. Again, tends to be a bit of a tough sell just because people are happy to drop the money on, quote, proper Bowman and just spend their money there rather than on Bowman Sterling. It never seems to be one that does frightfully well over here. But again, cards are, well, I mean, it's fine for me to say the cards look really good, but, beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's quite a nice looking set, if slightly strongly priced, I guess. And a perennial favourite out again, Gold Label, which has only just come out last week. Really cool looking set. This time it's doubled in price from where it was last year, so we're back to having this conversation again where everything seems to have doubled in price. It was sort of priced a bit like Gallery, kind of $70, $80 maybe for a hobby box, and it's like $130, $140 now this year round. No increase in the number of cards. Again, really nice looking set. Obviously, people are looking for the gold framed ones. So I guess the closest thing, I mean, the whole set is basically like having a whole load of Project 70 cards. I think they're a bit skinnier than Project 70. Project 70, I think, is 130 point, and I think a standard Gold Label card is slightly thinner than that. But yeah, if you get a proper nice thick boy, gold framed, nice autograph, then yeah, it's sort of Project 70 like dimensions for the cards. But yeah, really nice set.
Is it the same as the ones we see in Bunt? They had them in Bunt, so. Yeah,
like design wise, it will be. Yeah, when you hold them, when you have them in hand, it's not like a thin paper card like like a Series 1 or a Ginter or a Heritage or whatever. It is a much heavier, thicker card. Like more along lines of a Project 2020 or a Project 70 card.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, way up from last year, but that's a familiar tale. We can stop talking about pricing now, because in 3 years it's not going to
Just
matter.
whatever you paid last year and double it. All
Yeah,
right,
basically, yeah, which is a shame, right? Obviously, with we're I guess waiting on Gallery as well, which is coming next month now, November. I can't believe we're in October already. So yeah, we'll be hanging on Gallery. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the price of Gallery this year. I think it's gone full hobby this year, and it's kind of up at $120 again. Whereas before you could get a nice box for a collector box, I think it was, or well, you can certainly get blaster boxes in the kind of $25-$30 range, and they had the collector boxes or monster box size, sort of $70-$80 in previous years. So
I think it was 70s. I chatted to Maz Adams, who was obviously one of the artists last year, for when I talked to him for the Negro League fundraiser, and he bought a couple of blaster boxes at 75 from Walmart. So,
yeah,
so he was saying that it was hard to find, and it was obviously had a bounty for any of his cards he actually did. So
yeah, it's a cool looking set. Oh, again, it usually does pretty well on breaks and stuff over here. So I'll be keeping an eye out for it coming out. We're still seeing product delays as well. A question was asked recently about what's happened to Big League. So Big League is one of the kind of collector favorites again. It's usually has a kind of retro 90s sort of throwback style. Really, really well priced, like a hobby box. I mean, it only comes in one size. Is generally around about $40 retail in the States, so super, super cheap. You get a ton of cards, like no hits guaranteed or anything like that, but obviously there's like quite a wide range of hits available to pull out the boxes, so autographs and kind of cool bits of memorabilia and things like that. So it's a pretty cool set that people tend to get excited for. It was originally supposed to be out at the start of September and then got put back to the end of September, and then they took a date off of it and just said it'll be out in September. And now the latest I've seen is that it's due on the 27th of October, so 27th of this month. So that's gone from the beginning of September to the end of October. So that's kind of a shame. People are excited for that one, looking forward to that. But yeah, hopefully it kind of stays on track. I think there's others being delayed as well, but I'll be honest and say I've not done enough research to figure out which ones.
fair enough.
And that's pretty much it, I think. There are some more products coming out in the next couple of weeks as well. Let me just check the release dates on them. That's everything that's come out in the last 3 weeks. What a 3 weeks to take off. That was a pretty big list of stuff that's come out. Panini Donruss Optic. Well, that's more expensive Panini stuff, so we're not really too fussed about that. Again, $200 a box for Panini things. And what's the ones that we have? Oh, goodness me.
There's a lot of stuff coming out in 3 weeks, and we'll cover it next show.
Update. There we go. Update is the next one. And it is scheduled to release on the 13th. So yeah, not even next week. So yeah, we've still got a week tomorrow that'll be out. So Topps Update coming on the 13th. That's the next, I guess, big release. Generally a bit of a hit and miss update, a bit like Series 2 was this year, a little bit hit and miss, so we'll see. We should have Kalenic rookies in update.
Kalenic, yep, no problem. What are you talking about?
Why can't I remember how to say his name properly? It's going to become a meme, isn't it?
It's funny because I was watching the game Friday, and there's Mashevitz, who's on the Mariners, and they're like, I was watching the other guys try to pronounce his name. They could not get anywhere close to it. Anthony who? Like, yeah, Mashevitz, that's his name. Right.
Mashevitz, wow. Yeah, I like to make a decent effort of them and try and make sure I get them right. But yeah, I don't know why it doesn't stick in my head. I can't.
Due to lack of Mariners games that you've watched.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, who's getting up at 5 a.m. to watch Mariners games, right?
I know, gosh, who's that insane?
Who's that idiot?
It was worth it. Absolutely worth it. Chaos Ball the last 2 weeks was fun.
It was, yeah. It was a lot of late nights, which is kind of not helping me being so freaking tired today. But yeah, it was very interesting. I had very bullishly said on Friday that the Yankees were home and hosed, and it came right down the wire, and we ended up squeaking out the win on Sunday night against Old Tampa Bay there, to get us in the playoffs. So.
It was a crazy game. We were watching that and the Mariners game.
Yeah. Oh my days. Oh wow. There's. I was just very quickly checking the checklist for update to see if that Mariners guy whose name I can't say is in it. And front and center on Cardboard Connection is a Trevor Bauer autograph card. I might want to think about changing that.
Yeah, you probably can't give those away at the moment.
Yeah. Well, there you go. They'll be falling out of Topps update. Get your Trevor Bauer autographs right here.
I guarantee you, Yankees sign him next year. No problem.
Don't start that shit with me. I'm already getting in trouble in Yankees groups for not wanting Carlos Correa on the team because apparently we're going to sign him. Correa, I should say.
He's too young for that.
Yeah, well, he's too young for us. Yeah. And I was like, no way, I don't want that guy in the team. And like, oh, but he's got a +7 WAR. I was like, I don't care. He could have a +24 WAR. I'd rather have Warts than have him. So if we need a shortstop, let's go and get Trevor Story like we were supposed to do at the trade deadline, and then we didn't get him.
I can see Story playing for you guys, but yeah, I it's a tough one. Like when those guys leave the Astros, they have such a stigma behind them. It's gonna be hard sell to play elsewhere.
Yeah, George Springer seems to have pulled it off.
Yeah, but he went to Canada, so you can hide in Canada.
That's a really good point. Yeah, you can't hide in New York. That's
yeah, exactly.
He went to Canada.
He was devoured in New York. He went to Canada. Like no one knows about him up there. I'm sure he can walk up to the Rogers Center and no one knows who he is. So.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, that was good. I know 2 of our friends will be cursing you right now.
That's fun.
Oh man, that's funny.
But it's literally the Toronto effect. I mean, look at like Bo Bichette, look at Vlad Guerrero. These guys are superstars in the making.
Yeah.
You don't hear a peep about them. You know, unless you're a Blue Jays fan, you know about them. I mean, Vlad Guerrero should win MVP. I'm saying that there. You look at his stats; they're off the charts. Unfortunately, Ohtani's stats are off the charts.
They're off the charts as well. Yeah.
So but the campaign behind Ohtani, you hear all about it. But you don't hear that much about Vlad. That's just kind of because he's in Toronto. So.
I mean, to be fair, it's difficult to be anonymous in the AL East, but they seem to do a really good job of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I look at it from the Project 70 cards there, and his cards do not sell well. And I'm like, this is Vlad Guerrero Jr. You're going to kick yourself in 10 years' time when this guy's winning MVP trophies. He's only like 23.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah, like these kids are so young. So, like because Bichette's really young as well. And, that kid's a stud. So they've got those 2 guys, and like you say, George Springer was a really nice addition for the Blue Jays, and yeah, but it is what it is.
It is. You're going to support your own team there. Even when you have the whole country behind you, he's still anonymous.
Yeah, still anonymous. Yeah, good job, Toronto. So yeah, that's what we've got to look forward to then. Topps update coming out. Hopefully there's Kellenic, whatever. Rookie cards in there. There's supposed to be. I had a quick look at the checklist. The checklist isn't complete yet, so we shall see in due time. All right, cool. Moving on then. Project 70. I imagine heaps has happened in Project 70 over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're still churning the cards out. They're still low print runs, so you're still looking at about just over 1,000 cards the average there. You know what? We'll kind of do that lull there. You're seeing a lot of fatigue from a lot of people there. They're getting kind of tired of seeing kind of the same players everywhere. You can guarantee each week you're going to get a Mike Trout, a Shohei Ohtani card, a Fernando Tatis Jr. card. So you're just seeing people going, yeah, I'm done. So it's really surprising there. Even when they said DJ Ski came out with a Kirby Puckett card, I thought that would have close to 10,000 people. 4,400, which was was a purple Prince Purple Rain tribute. Did not do well at all, which I thought was surprising. I mean, 4,400 for Topps Project 70 is still pretty good, but I would have thought it would have been double that there. So I think people are just worn out. I think money's getting tight. We're at card 600 now, so we still have another 400 cards to go. It's
at least we're past halfway though, right? We were dragging on it not even being halfway for so long, and now at least we're past halfway. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, so Topps says they're not going to change it to 5 cards a day. I don't think if they went to 5 cards a day, print runs are going to drop even lower than they are now. And if everything goes well and they don't take any days off, it'll get us to spring training. So I don't know if I can take a break at Thanksgiving. I have no idea if Christmas and New Year's people are going to break, or if they're going to still be producing these things there.
Still cranking them out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you're hitting kind of collector's fatigue. No one knows half the Action Bronson. He hasn't had a card in like 200 cards. He's just disappeared. So Blue the Great's another guy. He had one card come out recently, but he's disappeared. Bobby Hunter's is too busy making his money on NFTs to care about his cards. But strangely enough, there's been one card that has automatically rocketed in value, and it is the Keyshawn Shohei Ohtani Pokemon card. There was a print run of about 7,800 on there. You can't find any on eBay yesterday. Today, a few of them popped up for $100, but the lowest price I can find them right now is about $70, and that's the cheapest one you can find out there. So, hot card. I don't know if it's just because cards haven't arrived to people yet. I mean, we're talking about 7,700 cards. There's no way that's going to hold its value unless there's that many kind of Pokemon fans out there. And who knows? Did they sell 5,000 in Japan? I mean,
that's a good question. Yeah. I mean, like I say, I mean, you've got that X factor of Ohtani just now, right? Which is, and everything he touches just seems to be turning to gold right now. Then you've got the Pokemon tie-in, so like I say, you might pull in some Pokemon collectors. I think the secondary market might be trying to play off on the fact that if you are a hardcore Pokemon collector and you really want this thing, you might not have seen it come out, because why would you be following Topps Project 70? So if they're being crafty with the way that they're reselling it and listing it as a quote Pokemon card, then they're maybe trying to pull a bit of that market in as well. I mean, Keith Shore cards have this sort of these peaks and troughs, all right. If like a lot of them, they just don't register in people's consciousness, and all of a sudden you'll have one that goes mental.
I mean,
it's the strangest thing.
Shore.
Yeah.
And just kind of go. I mean, that was the peak of flipping, where everyone was selling them for a lot of money, and now you can buy them for $2.
$2, yeah. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to see a graph of the price of that card over time.
I guess eBay sales. I guess at some point in time we can go and actually track it.
It definitely could. Yeah.
And that would be the one way of doing it. But yeah, it's a funny one there. Like I just didn't see that card taking off, but then I mean, who knows? It's just one of those things that might just be, it's going to ride high for another couple of weeks, and they'll announce MVP. And I think after that it drops off, because once the World Series is over, your interest in baseball is pretty much down to nothing. You're kind of waiting for the winter meetings. You're kind of hoping for the free agent signings. It's weird for me to be in October and not be fully into Seahawk mode and actually following the Mariners to October.
Yeah, well, there you go. You can give it up now. You can. You can be full Seahawks mode. It's official.
Well, that and Kraken. Don't forget, I got the Kraken this year.
Oh, so, yeah. Shit. When does the season start?
I have no idea.
Oh, Jesus. Right. Okay. I won't ask you any more questions about
that. It's like the last week of October. So a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so. It's not too far away then.
Yeah, it traditionally starts a few days for NBA. I think NBA normally starts Halloween. Gosh, maybe not. I thought it started earlier. I could be wrong there, but usually NBA and NHL start at the same time there. So that's kind of why I've never really followed the NHL, because I always had NBA. So we'll see. But yeah, it's a weird one to actually have a team to root for in October and not be in full Seahawks. Right?
Yeah,
so
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I've chatted to a couple artists through Instagram and on Twitter, and I think they're fatigued as well. It seems like, they're forced to produce almost 2 cards a month there, and so this is an offshoot of what they do. So for a lot of people, it's an extra cash grab. But I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, if you're getting $5 a card, only selling 1,000 cards, what is $5,000 in them? Is it really that much? If you're Gregory Siff, you can sell a painting for 3 times that. What's the point? Bobby Hundreds, he made $6 million on NFTs. He could care less about what comes out for his cards there. Joshua Vids, his merchandise is awesome. He just painted a BMW, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But his cards sell 700 cards every time.
That's crazy, isn't it? He did a really cool Mickey Mantle out in this set as well, which I think I've got here, actually. I think I picked one of those up.
He was the first one that did the Mickey Mantle cards.
That's right, yeah.
it was a really cool card. So he came out with a Jeter one today. So we'll see how well that one does.
Okay, yeah. Well, of course, Jeter's had his Hall of Fame inauguration, I think, since the last time we were on air as well. So of course that adds a slight cachet to some of to his cards. But I guess not really stuff that comes out now after the induction. But yeah, congratulations to old Jeets. Yeah. Any particular favourites from the last 3 weeks?
You know what? I really like Crayola's Mike Trout card, where he was kind of like a sea monster. So, but I've fallen into the Crayola one.
I think that's the second week in a row you've picked a Crayola card.
You know what? His cards have really grown on me. I finally sat down the other day and came with a list of cards of who I'm collecting. I thought, you know what? I need to sit down and go, who am I actually collecting on this thing? And I think it was about 10 or 12 different artists I'm sort of vaguely collecting.
Yeah.
Gregory Siff is the one I'm going all the way through, although I really haven't liked much of his cards lately. I'll go back and pick up Crayola. Futura cards I'm absolutely collecting. What's his name? Funny enough, Alex Pardee I'm collecting by accident. I oversold his card. I actually don't own the Dave Parker card that we designed.
Oh my god, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we still need to get our commission for that card, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I need to go buy one of those. So I actually have one of those, but then I'm kind of holding out for someone offered me a AP, and I just don't. I can't do it. Couldn't pull the trigger on it yet. So I don't know if I need to get the AP and then get the foil. I think the gold one's not going to ever see my hands there.
No.
But yeah, so that and there's a few other people. You know, Lauren Taylor, Matt Taylor. So there was more than Chuck Stells. Like I'll go back and collect at some point. I really like his. But yeah, there was a lot. I was looking at it going, yeah, I've got a handful of cards I bought early on that I don't need. I need to go trade with people to go fill in some gaps for myself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good way to fill the gaps. Get trading. Well, we shall see. Like I say, it's still 400 cards to go. We're going to be going for a while yet with Project 70. So
yeah, I think there's one at card 14 now. I think maybe at least 13. There's a couple others at 13. So you know you're getting close to the end there, and we'll start seeing the wrapper cards come out probably around December.
I guess is the wrapper card going to be everybody's last card? Is that?
I would assume so. I mean, I think it's going to be nothing but Don C and Action Bronson and Blue, the great wrapper cards, the last 40 cards.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. When was the last time Snoop Dogg did a card?
Gosh, he did. Snoop had his Tony Gwynn out, and then I think he did something else after that. So yeah, Snoop's had a couple cards out. So he's been, you know, again, here's someone who doesn't need the money. You know, I doubt he has anything to do with his card. I'm sure he probably goes and goes, all right, where's my artist that did all my album covers, and pawn it to him and take it from there.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me if he did a Sean Witherspoon and just smashed 20 of them out and was like, thanks very much. Just release them.
Quite possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most of the artists are kind of going that. I mean, we all know that Blake's the kind of tops now of Project 70. So
true. Yeah.
If you're a Royals fan, I know everyone keeps saying you want a Selby card. If it gets done, it will be done by Blake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, he seems to very much be the darling of the project as far as Topps are concerned. I guess he's the one who probably puts in the most legwork to promote it outside of Topps, though, right? You know, he's forever promoting stuff and promoting other artists and that kind of thing as well.
I mean, he's got a background in marketing, so I see why they chose him for that. So, you know, he's definitely, you know, got that mindset to get that stuff out there, which is great. You know, he's using it to his advantage there. Mm-hmm. And you know, you look at the other artists, and they probably, you know, it's the first time we've seen Lauren Taylor. She does everything by herself.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You know, how many times have we seen her on Instagram autographing cards at 4:00 in the morning? You know, so more power to you if you can market yourself there and get your name out.
Yeah. To be fair, she's done a good job of that. That's certainly can't fault her there. I think she's probably had the biggest profile raise from this project. I would hazard.
Yeah, I think so too. I would agree with that. You know, I think I knew about her for a few years now when I was researching this stuff out and looking into sports artists, and so she's always been on my radar, but she's absolutely become one of those darlings of the group.
She's in like the top sort of 3-4 of the artists now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely got more visibility now. I mean, she's always been. I mean, we talked to her. She's
Yeah.
doing this for 5 years already. It was seriously. So, she, when you're chatting with Willie Mays, you don't have to worry about how you're doing on the Topps artist there. But
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Yeah.
So she's already had the in there. So, I think it's just one of those things that people like. Actually, no, I really like her work. And it really resonates with a lot of people there because again, you capture a lot of moments of people's career and people can just connect with that and go, yes, that I remember that moment in time. And look at that.
It's quite it's quite an accessible art style as well. It's not sort of it's not
it's not out there like Pose.
Shapes
out there, and
you're wording it far better than I was about to, because I was about to come off as some kind of Ponzi art critic, and I most certainly am not that. But yeah, it's quite an accessible style. I think I'll just leave it at that.
It's not jarring. I mean, if you didn't know what Alex Pardee was doing and you saw his first card, you were like, "That's a baseball card."
What the hell? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where you go and you look at her work and go, "Oh gosh, that's Griffey scoring at home plate when it saved the Mariners in '95." Mariners fans go, "Yep, I remember that." And, endless loops on MLB TV.
But it's quite a nice way to bring in, I guess, more than one iconic moment from a player into a single card. Into a single card as well. So, yeah, that works. That works in the favor. All right, cool. Project 70 plows on.
Yes, exactly. I'm kind of looking forward to February so I can take a break on talking about it.
Yeah. Do you think they'll do it again? Is it too early to speculate if they'll do something like this again next year? They've got to pull the scale back a little bit, if nothing else.
It's Topps. Like, I really just want to go. Did they learn a lesson? No. I think they go and they do it again. They have to scale it back at some point and go, where was the sweet spot? Was it at 2 cards? Was that 3 cards? I think at 3 cards a day, you kind of go, I like 2, I'll buy the third because it's a 5 or a 10 or not going to matter. At 4 cards, a lot of times I'll see myself going, I really don't like these other 2 cards, but at 10 pounds more, okay, I'll buy it. And that's how I'm stuck with like 8 Aaron Judge cards because I just don't like it. But for a tenner, you
just take the
give
cards
away or something like that. Yeah, I look at some of these cards and go, oh, that was that 3rd card from that pack, or so I think if you go back to scale it back, maybe do 3 cards a day, you probably can do it. I think most collectors need a break though. I'll be honest. I can't imagine buying all the stuff that comes out from Topps. You'd spend $1 million easy.
Oh God, yeah. But even if they did do it again, do you think they would do it as frequently as daily? Or you don't think they would scale it back to maybe like a similar kind of release pattern to Living Set, where it's like 1 or 2 cards a week, or 1 or 2 release days? I'll choose better words. 1 or 2 release days per week, and then maybe have 3 cards.
Money from it, they won't care. I think they'll put it out.
I mean,
I think if they do it again next year, I think it'll be a terrible set. Everyone's
they're going to be in full-on milk mode as well, because they're going to want to milk this cow for as much as they can between now and the end of 2024, right, when they have to give it up. So
because you're going to see somebody like I said, Snoop wouldn't be back and said, you can probably knock 30 people off that and go, okay, we need to do that. Like I like Matt McCormick. I really like his style of art. It's very muted. He does colors there. But I mean, he's only selling 1,000 cards. Like, is that really something that he wants to do? No one knows anything about the guy.
We're
halfway through the set. Topps has not promoted him once or done anything to do about it. He said that nothing for himself. So I think it's kind of you're going to see half these artists go, it just wasn't worth it. I can get these cards out there, but it didn't really raise the profile that I wanted.
Yeah, maybe it'd be nice to see some of the regular, if that's the right way of putting it, regular Topps artists. Maybe getting like a feature set, so like the Josh Trouts of the world, and that kind of idea. Maybe let them get a feature set or something. That'd be kind of a cool touch, I think. But
yeah, I mean, if you look at some of these people, I mean, you look at all the graffiti artists like CES, Futura, Claw Money. Is it really worth them? Futura, I can see him doing it, but I'm pretty sure he knew his set from the start, and his cards are done. Claw Money's done a New York set. You're gonna learn your lesson and go, well, I got to do other players, but is she passionate about it? A lot of these artists has got a list of the top 500 people, and okay, who can I pick from here that's going to make me the most money?
Yeah. I'll pick the top 20.
Yeah, that's it.
Why
That's
wouldn't
where you
you?
see Tatis, Trout, Otani, Judge,
yeah.
Peter, Griffey. It's kind of like, okay. And then when someone comes out with somebody really obscure, so like Futura did Sandy Alomar Jr., he still sold thousands of cards, So it was just like, really, Sandy Alomar, really? not anyone that most people over here know.
No, but hey, good on him, shining a spotlight on a different player, right? Cool. Well, we'll move on from Project 70 to possibly what has become my least favorite topic since we started doing this show, NFTs.
Yes, everyone loves NFTs. Oh boy.
So the previous episode obviously was our big rant fest about Inception and how horribly it went. I think I'm on record at the time saying, that's me, I'm done. And then we had Series 2 came out on Monday. True to my word, I completely avoided it, mostly because I was asleep on my couch. I know you were into it until the good old tax man raised his ugly head in the midst of the checkout process. But overall, how did you find it?
So I was lucky enough to, I have notifications whenever Topps NFT on Twitter tweets. So I got the notification that they were opening up the queue system 30 minutes early. So I jumped in at exactly 5:30 because it was released at 6 there. Because I was like, all right, I want to see if I want this or not. I was very hesitant about it because I was like, well, Series 1, still on wax. This is on Avalanche. I don't think there's ever going to be a bridge to bring those suckers over. I think if you bought Series 1, you're screwed. You're on wax.
You're on an island over there.
Yeah, so that might be one of those things you look back in 20 years and go, I remember when Topps did everything on wax. So I wanted to see how it worked. I was pretty pissed off how it worked with Inception, because I would have kept some of the Inception cards for myself. I would have definitely flipped some to just break even and kept some of them so I could open them up, because I think I really like Inception cards. Series 2, it didn't really do anything for me, so I was just like, let's see how the process went. So come 6 o'clock, the queue opened up. It was pretty easy. Like previously, they said you are number 1,160 in the queue. They gave you the wait time. So I kind of just checked on it. I said I had about half an hour before there, so I didn't bother really looking at my phone to see how it was going there. When the time came, I was able to go into there. They had a limit of 5, what was it? You could buy 10 regular packs and 5 of the, I can't remember what it's called. Premiums. So they had a limit on it. So you couldn't buy 15. You either buy 5 of the premium or 10 of that, or mix and match.
Okay. That's an interesting change. So on wax, obviously we could have done, because I think on wax we could have had 10 and 10. Because I bought 5 premium and 10 standard on wax.
So they didn't say how you could mix and match, but you could only buy. You were limited to 5 and 5 or 5 and 10. So you quite possibly could have done that. I didn't try. The one thing I thought was really stupid is when you got to that page, what were they promoting? Bazooka Joe and Bundesliga. I was just like,
Bazooka Joe will not die.
It's like that was right in the top. I was like, come on, like nobody just waited an hour to go and try to get some more Bazooka Joe. You can buy Bazooka Joe whenever you want to buy Bazooka Joe.
Yeah.
So that was kind of annoying to have to kind of scroll down, and I didn't really want to open the other pages up because I didn't want to get kicked out of the queue because of it. So I was like, all right, well, we'll try to see if I can open it and find it. Found it eventually there. Got in there, was able to pick up, I think I put 4 in my basket there, and I got to the checkout process. There again, there was, I think it was a tax of like 3% on top of your cards for their fees. So, $25.
Yeah, their fees are high.
Yeah. But I didn't mind that. I kind of knew that going in since we bought previously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
but unlike previously, when I got to checkout, I put UK down, and then that's when the tax man came with the 20% VAT on that, and I was not about to pay. Gosh, it was going to be like $120 on taxes on that.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of wild. Yeah, I don't know if there's been changes. I mean, obviously we're still feeling ripple effects of Brexit and stuff like that. I know you and I moan quite a lot about import charges and things like that, and we're starting to see duties and things creeping up with Brexit. I don't know if it's like a loophole that's been closed and they've decided to start charging VAT on these things. I can't remember, casting my mind back far enough, I can't remember what I did before on wax. I think it was treated as like a purchase in the US, but then because it's essentially a crypto trade that you're doing, I think I think that they've changed a lot of the regulations and stuff and the tax around it, but I'm not in any way qualified to comment any further other than pure speculation. But yeah, like you say, to get an extra 20% on top of Avalanche's happy, like they're already quite heavy with their fees, so yeah. Yeah, that's rather unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's good that the purchasing process is getting smoother. There wasn't the same issues of your position in the queues invalid and stuff like that.
You got 10 minutes to make your purchase, so
it's pretty standard. Yeah.
So and you can watch the packs drop down as you're waiting there. So
that's a stress. They need to not do that.
There was a good 1,400 packs for me. I wasn't worried about not being able to get my packs. I was quite happy about that. But I think if I'd known at the end, it puts me off. Knowing that they're going to go and charge another 20% VAT on the crypto. I guess you get it like an address in Florida or Oregon and buy it from there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but then it seems a bit odd. It's. But it is what it is. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised when, a VAT charge pops up. But I guess that's maybe the difference between UK retail and US retail, where obviously here we're used to seeing all the taxes and things built in. So the price that we have in our shopping cart is the price that we pay at checkout. Whereas obviously in the States it's handled very differently. It's the price in your cart is the price in your cart, and then you're paying your sales tax and stuff on top of it. So I can totally appreciate why it would be an unwelcome surprise, shall we say, when you're going through the checkout process for them to lump an extra, like you say, $100+ in taxes on just as you're getting ready to check out. So, yeah, not really a nice surprise, but at least it seems like the process was a lot smoother than it was with inception. They didn't have the same kind of issues with checkout and queuing and things. So, let's put a positive spin on it. It feels like they're perhaps starting to get their head around it and sort it out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in future releases. I may yet get back on the bandwagon. Like I say, I sat this one out. Mostly because I was asleep. If I had been online and I had got queued and in my basket, I probably would have bought some just because. But yeah, I missed this one.
I think it's a funny one because it's Series 2 and. Unless Series 1's coming over, and I don't know if I didn't even know if there's any crafting challenges. I mean, like last time, there was at least a reason to go in the marketplace and go find some cards to trade or buy that way. I have no idea. I've not heard anything about it yet.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, from what we've seen so far of the Avalanche platform, it doesn't seem as feature rich, shall we say, as the Wax platform because. Obviously Wax was a thing before Topps came along. They just picked up the Topps releases for baseball. They'd been working with Topps for a while on some of their other properties, like the Disney stuff, and there was some Marvel and Garbage Pail Kids. That was the big one I was trying to get to. I couldn't remember, and like Street Fighter and stuff like. Oh no, Street Fighter was on Avalanche. I think it doesn't matter. So they'd obviously done work with Topps before on some of their other. Some of their other properties, and they have their own marketplace. And although Avalanche have one, but it's not quite as nice as the Wax one. But Wax felt like a bit more of a complete product, whereas Avalanche still feels like something that's been released as what we in software would call like a minimum viable product. So it's like, let's get it out there and get people using it, and we'll add features on as time goes on. But obviously they wanted to. For whatever reason, Topps moved away from Wax, wanted to give it to Avalanche and get this platform off the ground. So, Yeah, it still feels a bit bare bones, but hopefully some of these things will be added over time. Like the crafting thing, I don't think anybody had a bad word to say about the crafting challenges and things that happened on Wax. Obviously, those of us who are familiar with Bunt, which we'll move on to just shortly, but we're quite used to the whole crafting process and the fun that can be had with it. So yeah, it would be nice if they brought that kind of thing to Avalanche as well.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Like I said, the experience was probably it was easily the best one I've had with Topps NFTs. I would say
That's a low watermark, though, let's be honest.
Hey, we were trying to be positive here, so let's go with that. Best experience I've had at Topps NFTs so far.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't have too many problems when Series 1 came out. I was able to get through that, no problem.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Yeah. I mean, we're still holding Top Shot up as like the shining example of how it should be done, and Top Shot obviously is done by a company called Dapper Labs, which leads us nicely into some other NFT news. Is that NFL have taken the plunge now into NFTs, and they've partnered up with Dapper Labs to do the official NFL NFTs, which is going to get increasingly more difficult to say the more tireder I get. But yeah, so the NFL NFTs are coming out. And NFL, like I say, have partnered with Dapper Labs to run that for them. So I think we can expect a fairly flawless experience when we start seeing these releases in the wild. But I think NFL NFTs will be massively popular as well. I can see I'll probably get stuck into a little bit of that. I like a bit of it, although I don't have very many NFL cards, but I quite enjoy the NFL. So I have enough bits of cardboard lying around my room.
You gotta pick one sport and go with it.
Yeah. So if I'm going to go all in for NFTs on something, it might as well be NFL.
I think NFL is the perfect sport for that. With the amount of throws and touchdowns and hits you get on that, like it will be a good experience with that.
Yeah, if they're doing the clip thing again, it absolutely will be, because it's like perfect punchy. You've got all the big hits and whatever else, and yeah, like the sacks and like the
it's like the red zone of NFTs.
Yeah, it's a really good way of putting it. Yeah, you could have it like red zone. Yeah, that's the perfect way of putting it. Yeah, so let's. So I'm kind of excited for that. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that, and we will see what transpires there. It could be quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we're already into week 4 of NFL, so you imagine they've got to be coming out soon.
That's crazy. Yeah. I can't believe we're 4 weeks into NFL. Probably Thanksgiving would be a nice target for it. Do you think? Like a bit like we speculated that we'd see more NFTs for the All-Star game. I mean, Thanksgiving is probably the biggest weekend the biggest week for NFL, I guess, outside of the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
But are you really going to queue up during Thanksgiving dinner to go buy your NFTs?
I mean, you can do it on your phone, man. I mean, stranger things have happened, right? But you could do it. You could do it during the games. You could be sat queued while you're watching the games. This game's on all day.
I think they launch it before that. I think it will. I can see it end of the month. You'd probably see something like that. I mean, the technology's there. I mean, you're literally just taking video clips and putting it in there and selling it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like it takes long to get it off the ground. Like I say, Dapper Labs are obviously experienced in it because they do the NBA. So yeah, it should.
And WNBA. They released the WNBA.
And WNBA. That's true. Should pay homage to that as well. So yeah, it shouldn't take them too long to spin it up. I might as well have a quick look and see if.
The only downside with Dapper Labs is you can't sell your packs.
Oh, that's bright. Oh well, NFLNFTs.com is parked.
Imagine that. But yeah, so that's the only thing that's the downside yet. You can't actually sell your packs on Dapper Labs yet.
Yeah, I wish they would get over that bump.
Yes.
Have you opened any of your Top Shot yet?
Nope, still have them all.
No, neither have I. I haven't opened. The only NFTs I've opened were the baseball ones. I've still got I've got my half dozen Bundesliga packs as well. I've never opened.
Right. Yeah. I'm just kind of waiting to see. Like, I guess to sell it and see what happens there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who knows? We could be sitting on a gold mine and not know it.
Yeah. Well, my phone just lit up with an alert from Bunt, which leads us nicely onto Bunt.
Like
that. That's a beautiful segue.
Is it 10 o'clock? Is that what it is? You gotta go and get your.
I've got to go and do my spin for or get my free pack for the cycle project or the cycle event. Sorry.
Yes, the cycle event there. Yes, we have another Eddie Rosario from the Braves who apparently did it, which I knew nothing about.
I knew nothing. Why have we suddenly had this glut of people hitting for the cycle?
So Freddie Freeman did his early in the season. I think they were
they're catching up. Okay.
Yeah. So I think because it was Cavan Biggio, Freeman, Jake Cronenworth was the second one first.
Yeah, I think Cronenworth was first.
Yeah, and so I think they kind of went, well, there's probably, if they do one every kind of 2 weeks or something like that, then you'll be all right. Because I mean, you're only gonna see 4 or 5 cycles a season at the most anyway.
Yeah. It's still weird we saw how they're glutting them, but yeah, that's quite a fun thing. Obviously, a free one to do. You get your free pack every 7 hours. Try and match your 4 cards, and then craft it into something cool.
Have you got your free card yet?
No, I've never completed one of them.
Wow, you and Ross have no luck.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm like 0 for 4 in them, or however many there's been. I've had 3 cards in them all. I've never managed to get the 4th one. I mean, I'm not like I'm probably doing a third of the available collections though, just because through the day I'm working and whatever else, and there's what time's it turn over? It turns over at like midnight or 1 a.m. our time, so you can kind of miss 2 if you're not careful. And so I'm lucky if I'm picking up like a third of the available packs. So it's not so much my crap luck, it's my crap timekeeping, and I just don't claim enough of the packs to really make it.
You get to be sitting in the meetings. Hold on, guys. I gotta get this.
Yeah, it's not like the tribute event where we're setting countdown timers for an hour and just going back every hour and spinning that thing to get the tribute one. No, it's just it's not claiming it enough rather than crap luck. I mean, crap luck's got a bit to do with it as well, I suppose. But we've seen a few nice new features come to Bunt recently. Which people, again, we have the Topps Bunt UK group, which of course you're welcome to join if you're a buntist like we are. So a few nice changes. So we now have a daily crafting challenge through October as well. So basically you sign in. I guess it's a way of encouraging you to come back every day, but just by collecting 1 card you get a special daily ticket, and you have to save up 3 of those tickets, then you can craft them away for something nice. So just a way of bringing you back in every day, which is a feature they've pulled across from their Marvel app, and I can't remember the name of it.
Marvel, okay.
Yeah, so they had that on Marvel. I thought it was one of the cooler things that they had on the Marvel one. So again, you just log in every day, you claim 1 card, so basically, you take one of the mystery boxes or whatever, and that gets you your daily ticket. You save up your daily tickets, and then you craft them, and you can get, like, I think you start with bronze level, and then you can get, like, silver level daily tickets, and you can craft out 3 of those, and it gives you, like, 100k coins and some exclusive packs and stuff like that. So they brought that feature across from the Marvel one. You can now watch adverts to get extra spins on the wheel, which is a feature that they've brought across from their Disney app. So on Disney Collect, you could do that. You could watch a commercial and you could get an extra magic, which is just like the Disney version of spinning the wheel.
Spinning the wheel, okay.
Yeah, so that's quite, again, that was something I thought in the Disney one was kind of cool. It's like, oh, well, I could collect everything off my wheel, because in Bunt especially, and I think in Skate as well, you get wheel exclusives, so you can have like tier 6 pinks and stuff that you can only get from the wheel. So the fact
it's the same one.
Yeah. So the fact that you can now watch commercials to get the extra spins to make sure you clear the wheel each time is pretty good. It's going to make collecting some of those wheel exclusive sets a little bit easier moving forward, hopefully.
Hopefully, like I said, yeah. Hopefully. I mean, cause I think you're only limited to like 3 or 4 commercials a day, and once you
is that right? See, I haven't used it yet. I just knew it was there. I didn't know the limit. And Gypsy Queen made it at last. Yay! Well, I was certainly happy that Gypsy Queen made it.
You spent some serious bucks there to complete the.
Yeah. Well, I had so the road trip ended, and I had the last road trip to get the blue cars, and that would have given me like a completion across the whole lot. And on the last day of the road trip event, I still had to get, I think, like 600 cards or something I had to collect, from the 2004 you have to do for the level 30, which is the Red Sox level, and it's collect 2004 cards. And I was like, oh, geez, I'm so far away from it. So I just sat and opened packs to get to the end of the road trip. So, yeah, I think I did about 90 plus packs on one account of Gypsy Queen to get to the end of the event. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and I opened another 50 packs on my other account as well to try and get through and build the sets. So I think I've spent what I'm willing to spend on Gypsy Queen. I'm going to try and fill out the at least the common and the uncommon sets, just from doing trades and stuff now. If I get those done, I'll maybe start working on some of the rares, but I don't think I'll get any higher than rare. I don't really have the time to dedicate to try and fill out the super rares. I don't have enough to trade to try and fill out super rare sets and stuff like that. So
I was going to ask, how'd you do with that? Because in 90 packs, a lot of packs to open. So
yeah, like crap. Yeah, like I think like a few super rares, no iconics, but I think iconics are like 1 in 750 packs in Gypsy Queen, which is insane at 4K a pack when you think about those odds. So yeah, so I mean basically 150 packs is what I opened. It's not a huge amount to be opening, really. I think maybe 3 or 4 super rares. I got about 80% of the way through the base set.
90
yeah.
packs to 80% through the base.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But like plenty of duplicates though, which is kind of infuriating. But at the same time, it's fine because it gives me stuff to trade to try and fill out the rest of the set. So I don't feel like it was too bad. It would be nice if I'd hit an iconic, but 1 in 750. I'm not really gonna. I can't be sad if I only opened a sixth of that amount and didn't get one. I've only seen one pulled so far, or at least only one in the group. I've had one person who commented, Barry, I think it was, who hit one. I think on the day it came out, hit an iconic Gypsy Queen, but I haven't seen, certainly from our close group of friends who collect, none of us have hit an iconic in Gypsy Queen yet. Well, not in baseball. You hit one in skate though, right? Didn't you?
I did, yes. I hit one in skate. So I've got an iconic in skate, which is pretty unusual because I'm just waiting for that season to start up so I can get all my Seattle Kraken cards. And,
is that going to be? Is that your collecting goal and bunt? Not bunt. Sorry. Is that your collecting goal and skate? You're going to like just go after all the Kraken cards.
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm kind of waiting for a set I really like to go kind of spend my million coins on it and go from there. So, but like you said, you opened up 150 packs, and you get to a point like I can't really buy any more packs because I'm just going to get more commons that I really don't need, and you're just chasing super rares.
Yeah. You sort of hit that saturation point where it's the law of diminishing returns, right? It's like, what's the odds on actually hitting the cards that I need to finish the set from opening packs, whereas I should just stop buying the packs now and try and trade out my duplicates to fill in my holes. And yeah, if I need to, you can go back and open packs. I'm like way past that stage with the post-season crafting thing. So from playing the daily contest, and you get the tickets and you craft them for the post-season packs. Like I'm trying to fill out super rare hits just from crafting because there's so few of them out there that I can't trade for them, even though I've got duplicate super rares that I could trade. But when you look up the trade lists and things for the super rares that I need, it's like everyone has one. There's like nobody's got spares, so trying to get them from people is just impossible. And that was the one I was really kind of working on. I was kind of hopeful I was actually going to be able to fill out a super rare set by finishing that off, but I don't think I'm going to get it finished off.
I haven't crafted one of those only by accident in the last 3 months. I'm saving them all for something. I don't know what it is, and I don't know if they carry over to next year. But I have
good question. Yeah, I mean, of course, the other thing you could have done is crafted them out for golds, not golds. What was it? You could craft them. You could craft them into whites or something.
Yeah, it's you need 3 whites for a gold.
3 whites for a gold.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
It's the rainbow foil.
It's the rainbow foil. Yeah. So you could have done the rainbow foil set, which one of the collectors in the group did. He crafted out all the tickets for rainbow foils and completed the rainbow foil set.
But then I was doing the same thing. Then I realized there's no prize for it. It's just the fact you're completed. So I was like, it's really a point for me to do it when there's no end game. In fact, complete the set. So I'm not in a hurry to do that. And with it being the off season, there's no contest. So I don't know what you're going to do, or whatever contest they must do to keep it busy. Because I don't remember how it worked back in March when we started playing.
No, but then we've got the daily crafting challenge now.
Yeah, I think that's it. Because I remember it was triple threads, and there was just you would buy the packs there and you would craft those. So I'm just kind of hoping that maybe by holding on to 250 of those, that I can, when it comes to that time, I got my tickets and I'm good to go.
Yeah. I mean, again, as we've discussed, I think a couple of weeks, a few times, there's a lot of the Topps physical releases that we've not seen in Bunt yet. But as you quite rightly say, they're probably saving those for the off season because they have to try and keep the enthusiasm up over the off season. The daily crafting thing where you get your ticket every day and then you can craft them out once or twice a week into like a pack of slightly more exclusive cards and a bunch of coins and stuff, I think is a really good way to keep people invested in the app. Like the daily missions are pretty good as well. I mean, I mostly play Bunt for the daily missions and the, like the weekly challenge of opening like 50 packs or getting 250 cards or whatever it is. That's the main thing that keeps me going back. Like most mornings I'm up long before 8 a.m. when the missions loop over. And like quite a few mornings I'm sitting waiting for 8 o'clock going, all right, it's 8:05, I'll go and see what the new missions are.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what keeps me personally involved in it. So yeah, it'll be good to see if they do postseason events. I'm sure they must do some kind of postseason events.
There's a postseason set that comes out.
Postseason set's out now. Yeah. All the cards are like, I think all the cards are 3 times multipliers if you're playing your events.
But there's no contest to place.
No, but I guess for next year, right? You're starting with a whole bunch of of at least 3 times multipliers, but then if you're filling out your tier 4, tier 5s, you're way over 3 times multiplier. But it could just be a fun set to fill out. Like you're guaranteed two uncommon cards per pack at 4,000 coins per pack. Is that right? Yeah. So that's pretty good because Gypsy Queen, which was also 4,000 coins a pack, you were only guaranteed like 1 in 3, not right. 2 per pack. So like the odds on the postseason packs are actually pretty good. Presumably, it's quite a large set. So how many teams make the postseason? You're better at maths than me. I suck at this.
So
is it 16 from each 16?
No, it's 10.
No, it's not that way. Yeah.
3 and 5. So you have 3 division leaders and the 2-5 for the wild card. So 10.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. 10 teams, 30 players. Well, we're on 40-man rosters now. So.
Yeah, and we see. I'm curious how they're going to keep us engaged over the off season there. So I just don't. Yeah, because again, like the pink tiers finish in like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So if you want that, I think it's a Vlad Guerrero pink card. You got to get those done now. Yeah, I'll be curious to see if it's like Series 4 that comes out or Series 3 or whatever they do there.
Well, they might do it again if they keep it like the physical releases, then it'll be update. But again, I mean, we could look back at previous years and see. But I think with Series 1 and Series 2, they've pretty much covered everything off. They might do an update set, with people who have moved around and some of the late season rookies and whatever else.
Who knows? Yeah, I'd be curious to see if what's going to come out after the pink series on that. And, yeah. I mean, Series 2 just came out, and I'm not even anywhere close to finish that set off anyway. So let's have another 2 months on that.
Yeah,
they'll come out
at least, yeah.
Pink sparkly foil for year 6, something like that. It's gonna be something like that. Yeah. Because I mean, I'm just kind of plugging along on Stadium Club because I really enjoy that, and then I completed the rare set of the 70 dual signatures.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Because it was a dual Ichiro Shohei Ohtani card.
Oh, very cool.
So that took a lot of trading to get that. So luckily I built. So that's been my secret for that is I built quite a network of people, and then make sure they know that I'm British. And
well, yeah, that trick that you use, I use that trick as well.
It works well, doesn't it?
Hello, mate. Chucks away, Ginger. Yeah, so, it is a pretty neat trick, and it does seem to bear fruit sometimes, I think.
But yeah, so I'll be curious to go. I mean, we've got a long way. We've got a month of postseason baseball. I'm sure there'll be some postseason thing that we can do there, and then come November, December, January, we'll be chomping the bit going one spring training. Yeah. So some decent improvements. I quite like the changes they've made. Like I say, with the daily craft and things, I think a nice move, and adding in the ability to get more wheel spins as well from watching ads, I think is good. So yeah, let's hope they do on. They seem to be doing. I think Bunt is rapidly. I think I've said this before, but I think it's turning into my favorite Topps product at the moment. It's and it's the one I don't spend any money on. Most effective one for us.
Yeah, it freaking is for sure. Yeah. If only I could collect actual baseball cards and have 4 million coins, that'd be fantastic. But no,
Yeah.
sadly, the real world doesn't work that way.
Yeah, we need to go find a bunt super collector on there that actually spends money on the product.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. We
Get
should go dig it on Reddit and find somebody. I'm sure somebody would want to talk to us. That'd be kind of sweet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I look at some of these people and then you see they have like 10 super rares of a certain one there, and how much money do you spend to get those? And of course people do it, but are you buying to flip? Like, are you really hoping to pull a legendary to go and flip it? I mean, it seems all of the regular bunt group is flipping your cards and selling your booklets in there. So
yeah. The whole financial side of it, I guess, is something we haven't really covered. It'd be interesting to see. Like you do see bunt stuff on eBay and things like that as well. So it'd be easily researchable. Go and look at eBay history for selling bunt things, but. Yeah, you can attach a financial value to anything, I suppose. I saw quite a cool conversation I think you were having on Twitter with somebody about, is it one of the other apps where you can take your digital collectible, like your bunt card or whatever else, and you can mint it into an NFT? Did I see you exchanging messages with somebody about that?
Oh gosh,
I've rather sprung that on you, I know, but.
So the guy was asking if you think it would be possible about it.
Okay.
He was thinking that could you because I think he's worried that bunt's going to go under in 3 years' time, and he was wondering if we would could you take it and turn your bunt into an NFT? And I said, well, it's an NFT anyways, It's just, So he was hoping that maybe there might be some future thing to take his bunt collection and turn to an NFT. I personally, I kind of look at it like this is my equivalent of Pokemon. I still have Pokemon. I haven't touched it since we started playing bunt. It's there. It's probably worth something to somebody.
Yeah, everything's got a value, I suppose. Yeah.
But you know what? Would I want those Pokemon cards into NFT cards? Probably not.
Yeah.
But
I mean, without knowing the full ins and outs of what's actually transferred to Fanatics, because we see discrepancies between what's available digitally in bunt and what you can actually get in the physical world anyway, because obviously they do skate, and skate's licensed, but obviously Topps don't produce hockey cards. They don't produce licensed hockey cards. Upper Deck do the licensed hockey cards, so there's something there, right? The digital rights are perhaps different from the physical rights, so it'd be interesting to see. We might not find out until way closer to the time, but what's actually included in the Fanatics deal? Is it just the physical? So your actual, you're holding your hand baseball cards that Topps have lost, and are they still going to retain the digital rights? So to do the NFTs and to do bunt and stuff like that. And in fact, bunt and NFTs might be under completely separate licenses as well. I mean, there's every possibility of that.
I'm just laughing because the guy that you were talking about conversation just commented on Twitter.
Is he watching? We don't stream on Twitter, not yet.
But so before I forget, lose my train of thought. So interesting thing about Avalanche: when you die, your NFTs don't pass on to your family.
Well, that's a random. Is that just Avalanche, or is that NFTs in general?
That if you look at the user agreement with Topps. And what there, because that was someone had pointed that out there. Now, I had not read the user agreement there, but
who does? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Paul Lesko does, because he is.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, so he reads up there. But it was an interesting fact to say that if you passed away, your NFTs do not pass on to your family.
So the advice there is to get your kids an Avalanche wallet ASAP and transfer your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But so maybe I'll drop Paul a message and see if that's any truth to that rumor or not there. But I thought that was one of those interesting things to go. Well, I mean, what if you just spent that $75,000 on a Mike Trout NFT and pass away?
Then you get hit by a bus or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a pretty crappy user agreement to say that it doesn't go to your family, because they would assume as long as they can get to your crypto wallet, they should be able to access it.
Well, that's right. Yeah, you'd think it would be an asset like anything else, like a physical asset. Like a house or a car or I don't know, the family silver or whatever. It's just a collectible by a different medium. That's all it is. So Yeah, that'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to find out more about that. That's for sure.
Oh, well, that'll be another topic to see. When you die, what happens to your collection?
What happens to your NFTs? Yeah, what happens to Bunt when I die? Yeah. If a tree falls in the forest, does it really make a noise? We're getting into like real philosophical shit right here.
Exactly. We went deep here on this one.
Yeah. Well, on that note, then I think now we might as well end it on death. Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah. So now that we're asking deep philosophical questions about death and what happens to your NFT collection, we've actually managed to spend this into an hour and 50 minutes. I'm not surprised that we managed to go over, or well, we don't have a set time, but I'm not surprised this one's gone on a bit longer. That's what happens, I suppose, when you take 3 weeks off. So yeah, I think that pretty much rounds up the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's it. For whoever's got a team in the playoffs, best of luck for you. Except for your Yankees, Red Sox.
Come on,
you guys
now.
are good with shit.
Come on now. Listen, doesn't matter. Whoever wins this game tonight is going to get pumped by the Rays in the next round anyway. So it's almost pointless. But yeah,
no. I wish everyone's team best of luck. Like I said, like I've got no horse in this race, so
right, okay then. So who are you picking?
None. Like I don't want. I have like literally. We talked. I was in Milwaukee. That's who I'm picking because they're the most likable team out of anybody else.
So,
I'm not. I'm picking the Giants. I don't like Giants. I'm picking the Dodgers because it's the Dodgers. I'm not picking like who Cardinals and who else is the other one there?
Oh, it's a National League. I don't know.
Yeah. So Milwaukee won the Central, but I can't remember who the second wild card is. Oh yeah, Dodgers and Cardinals. So I have zero interest in that. I have zero interest in the Braves. Red Sox, Yankees, zero interest. Tampa Bay aren't an underdog anymore. They put together a 100-win team every season now. Don't like the White Sox, and don't like the Astros. So by default, it's Milwaukee. It's like we've been there.
So if your heart's saying Milwaukee, who does your head say will win the World Series? Dodgers? No. Scherzer's apparently hurt a little bit. Kershaw cocks everything up in the postseason. He needs to get over that bump, does he?
Exactly.
He is tarnishing his record.
Braves can never win it. They went like 10 possible years in a row, never won it once.
Yeah. But the Giants won like 400 games, so.
Yeah, but I don't like the Giants. I don't know.
You don't have to like them. We're not talking like. We're talking head, not heart here now.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Milwaukee. Actually, Milwaukee's got a pretty good team, so I'm rooting for Milwaukee.
Second best record. I didn't realize they had the second best record.
They have some outstanding pitching. And I'll like I said, if there's any game before midnight, I will catch some. But otherwise, I'm getting sleep this time. Like I'm not staying up watching this.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it just now. It's tough to see. I mean, if the Dodgers go past the Cardinals, then I think the winner comes out of the Dodgers-Giants series. But I wouldn't like to call the Dodgers-Giants series.
Yeah,
there you go. That's what I'm saying. As a Yankee fan with a Yankee hat on, like I think if we do get past Boston, we won't get past Tampa. They're just too strong. Probably Tampa, Houston in the ALCS. That'd be quite that's a tough one to call. But yeah, I think the winner comes out of if the Dodgers get past the Cardinals, it's the winner of the Dodgers and the Giants. If the Dodgers don't get past the Cardinals, then it's the Giants for me.
I think the Giants had a lot of breaks, and I'd really hate to see them get more breaks. Like I should like these guys. It's like a bunch of like 35-year-old dudes who are having career renaissance at the right time. But yeah, no, I just can't do it.
Oh well, we'll see. All in good time. We should organize a bracket challenge or something. That'd be kind of fun. Oh well, we'll see. So yeah, so tonight is Yankees Red Sox. 8 minutes past 8 p.m. Eastern time, so that is 8 minutes past 1 a.m. if you're feeling
1 a.m.
Yeah. We do have a reasonable time on Thursday. White Sox at Astros is 7 minutes past 9 p.m. start.
It's reminiscent of. That's a reminiscent of watching it at Nick Watson's house.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's the '05 series.
Yeah, and then there's another day game. Oh, there's 2 day games actually on the Friday. So White Sox at Astros at 7 minutes past 7 p.m. for us, and then Braves at Brewers. You'll get to see your Brewers. So you go 9:37 p.m. on Friday.
There you go.
So you'll get to watch that one. Yeah, there are some early-ish games on, but then MLB have taken copped a lot of. Well, they've copped a lot of shit in the past for putting all the games on at fucking 8 p.m. and then nobody watches them. Like they just lose all of their national audience because they put the games on so late. So yeah, it's kind of nice to see, at least in the early rounds of the playoffs, sometimes that some games at decent times for us folks over here in Europe, if nothing else.
Yeah, first round of playoffs, we always get a few games, and then after that, yeah, we're screwed.
Yeah, it's we're doing lines of Pro Plus after that, aren't we?
Yeah, so I'm quite happy to give this one a skip. Like I said, I got no horse in this race, so
yeah. Where's my Brewers hat's over there? I was gonna quickly swap it to my Brewers hat, but it's just out of reach. I just can't quite reach it. Cool. All right, awesome. Let's round up there for this week then. As always, this will be available as a podcast on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So I'm probably just going to stay up and do the podcast now, so I actually get it out on time. Seeing as thanks to the giant Facebook outage yesterday, we're recording this one a day later than normal. Yeah, we'll be back this coming Monday, hopefully, barring any more Facebook outages. At 9 p.m. UK, we'll be live again. But we'll try and rustle up a guest for next week. That'd be kind of cool. See what we can do. But until then, Jason, thanks very much.
Cheers, and we'll see you all next week.
Will do. Thanks again, everybody. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, we'll speak to you next Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
These my dance make it hurt.